Thank you, Reverend Howard, and thank you, Noah, for that incredible rendition of our national anthem. Yesterday, Noah jumped out of an airplane and went skydiving. On my bucket list, but I'm not that brave. Congratulations, Noah. As I look out at you today, I do not just see graduates. I see intrepid learners who left home to explore a defining chapter in their lives. I see bold thinkers who experience moments of doubt and discovery. I see amazing people who will change the world and make it better. But none of us gets to this graduation entirely on our own. So students, please stand and take a moment to turn around and thank your families and friends. And now from the stands, let's hear it for the class of 2026. Okay, the stands won that one. Graduates, 250 years ago, the members of the class of 1776, all 7 of them, gathered for their commencement. The next day, just steps away in the State House, now known as Independence Hall, the drafting began for the Declaration of Independence. One of the most important edits that's been attributed to our founder, Benjamin Franklin, gave us the foundational assertion: we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. 8 Penn affiliates would go on to sign that document and help define the promise of this nation. They faced an uncertain future with no roadmap, only preparation and courage. They stepped into a world that was being remade from scratch. You too are stepping into a transforming world. Forces moving faster than we imagined are reshaping how we live and how we connect. Every day brings new tools, computing, energy tools, robotics, and medicine. Just a few years ago, these advances might have seemed like science fiction. That pace of change can feel exhilarating, but it can also feel disorienting. But this is not the first time humanity has faced such a moment. The philosopher Socrates worried in his day that a new technology would weaken memory and one's ability to think deeply. In a world where oral tradition reigned, he was concerned that repeating information without truly understanding it would undermine knowledge. He was talking about writing. Other generations have worried that the printing press, radio, or TV would erode human skills. And each time, people have found ways to adapt and channel these new tools towards human ends. At Penn, we prize innovation. We teach it, we study it, we shape it. Just this time last year, across the street at Children's Hospital, a child was cured of a lethal genetic disease using gene editing. Many children will follow KJ Muldoon and have their disorders cured. And every generation believes that its technologies will change everything, and every generation is in part right. The pace of change today is extraordinary. But a deeper question has not changed. How do we define a life that is meaningful? You're entering a world that rewards acceleration, faster answers, faster decisions, faster everything. But the most meaningful parts of life are not built at speed. Your family, friendship, health, justice, beauty, and fulfillment. These are characteristics that make all of us human. So today, I want to offer you 3 time-tested ideas for building a meaningful life. First, cherish the arts. Second, embrace nature. And third, choose people. First, cherish the arts. Art can be restorative and instructive, both unsettling and beautiful. At Penn, you have lived inside an art gallery and a performance stage. From the Button to Brick House, you've been surrounded by creativity, sometimes without even realizing it. Long study days were enriched by songs that stayed with you, an exhibition that opened a new perspective, and at your 25th reunion, you will look back at today's music with nostalgia and maybe a laugh. The arts can challenge and connect us. They remind us why life is worth living. Wherever you go, hold on to the arts, support them, and let them shape you. Second, embrace nature. We are part of an ecosystem. Step outside and notice the light change at sunset. Smell the air before a storm, or sit quietly long enough to hear what often goes unheard. Time outdoors can reduce stress, and it reconnects us to the rhythms of a larger world. Think about your time here when you strolled down Locust Walk, when you sat by the biopond, or on college greens. Those moments matter. So reconnect and recommit to protecting the environment, not as an obligation, but as an inheritance that you're passing on. Third, choose people. This may be the most important of the three. I've watched you show up for one another. I've also watched, and I know, that many acts have gone unseen. Those are the moments that define a life and reveal character. When you face a choice between isolation and in-person, choose people. When you face a choice between scrolling or connecting, choose people. You've already experienced what it means to be part of a vibrant community. You have listened to and learned from different perspectives and debated ideas. Research from Penn's Positive Psychology Center confirms what you already know, that relationships and a sense of purpose within community are essential to our well-being. Screens can inform and entertain, but it is time together that gives meaning. So invest in people, show up for them, build something together that is larger than yourself. And finally, remember that you are heirs of Benjamin Franklin. So long as we uphold that foundational truth, that all people are created equal, we help ensure that everyone can pursue a more meaningful life. I believe that future students perhaps even the class of 2276, 250 years from now, will look back at this moment just as we now look back at the class of 1776. May they see what I see, people who privilege substance over speed, who love learning, balance ambition with care, and leave communities better than they found them. The world will test you, but you are ready. Not because you have every answer, but because you have learned to ask better questions. At Penn, you learn to listen to evidence and change your mind when warranted. Intellectual humility combined with moral courage. The world needs more of that, just as it needs more of you. So before I close, I want to offer a small challenge. Tonight, reach out to one person who has helped you through college and thank them. You applied to Penn with a letter of gratitude. Let that also be your first act as members of our amazing global alumni community. Cherish art, protect nature, and always choose people. Carry these lessons with you. I know you will make your time count, and our world will be better for it. Congratulations to the extraordinary class of 2026.